This video is a reflection on my first ever Kabuki makeup lesson, which took place 4 months ago during my December visit to Tokyo.
ペンソレタムこれを少し混ぜて使います。
Kabuki makeup is called Kumadori, a tradition with a rich and radical story. Kumadori refers to the bold painted lines that carve the lips, nose, cheeks and eyes.
Add friction so that it melts in your hand, okay? Lots of friction.
As Kabuki is a highly stylized art, makeup plays a pivotal part in expressing the emotions of the actors on stage, from ecstatic joy to seething rage. Blue lines symbolize characters who are evil or sometimes supernatural people. Red lines extending from the corner of the eyes symbolize a heroic warrior type. Purple lines are a symbol of true nobility, reflecting the character's sense of dignity. What do you think black lines show? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
This is a process that takes years of mastery, so there's no need to rush, but let's just make sure you remember the right process for you to practice back home.
Behind these intricate coloured lines, you see a base makeup of striking white. Before the actor paints his face, he lathers himself in a bright white paste called oshiroi, or white powder. That's a lovely word. Can you say it louder? Oshiroi. Oshiroi.
で僕らこの鼻がもう外国の人鼻高いからこれしなくていいんだけども、普段は僕らはこの鼻立てを少しします。
And usually, Japanese people don't have as pointy nose as you, so we would try to make the tips of our noses more distinct, but obviously you won't need that, so that's a virtue of being a foreigner.
So what is the reason for all this white? Well, Kabuki was originally performed outside. It would start in the morning and finish at night, on a stage lit only by candlelight. White makeup helped the audience see the actors' expressions more easily. Did you know that oshiroi once contained white lead, which poisoned actors and even caused deaths? This toxic ingredient was eventually outlawed in Japan in 1934. Another fascinating Kabuki fact is that this art form faced countless bans on what actors could do or say and who was allowed to perform on stage. For example, women were banned from performing in 1629, so young men performed in female guise. Then young men were banned from the stage in 1652. Well, what on earth did these poor men and women actually do? The spectacle of Kabuki attracted large crowds, and people came flocking from way out of town. Performers danced in outlandish dress, Kabuki theatre entwined with pleasure and sex. The shogunate watched with a wary eye, as revelry swelled and morals ran wry. Fearing disorder, they tightened their grip and banished female actors, cracking the whip. But desire still lingered, refusing to fade, so young men stepped in and took to the stage. Another law was imposed upon handsome young men. They were forced to shave the middle of their heads, a ruthless attempt to dull their shine and strip Kabuki of its sensuous style. You see, Kabuki theatre gave the common people a voice, but the Tokugawa government did not like this noise. They saw Kabuki's growing popularity as a dangerous threat. Some performers used the theatre for soliciting sex. Kabuki championed the spirit of being wild and free. Audiences revelled in this ecstasy. After a century of restless civil war, the weary masses longed for more. not just their daily toil and strife, but something to ignite their expressive life. Kabuki was a world where rules did not bind. Samurai, farmers and merchants combined. They yearned for a spectacle, vibrant and bold, a story of passion in colours untold. A moment to shatter the sombre and grey, to dance with the demons of yesterday. To find in the drama a fleeting release, Kabuki provided a theatrical feast. The government tried harder to stamp it all out, with bans and laws to quell all the shouts, yet passion burned and resistance grew, and artists fought to see it through. The bans on young men and women meant that mature men had to take the stage instead. All this led to the cultivated art of actors who specialise in playing female parts.
でも綺麗ね。
Yes, very beautiful. Yes.
で、あと女で忘れちゃいけないのはあれだ。
Also, one thing he doesn't want you to forget
この子かけるの忘れたんだよね。
when doing
今日
the
ちょっとねこの子
female,
かけるの忘れちゃったんですけど、
make sure you add this pink type of powder.
あと柔らかくこうなっていきます。
It makes the expression a little more softer. Yes.
I saw an actor in his 70s play a girl of 17 in a play called Tenshu Monogatari. His graceful, willowy figure made smooth gliding steps. He wore a silk brocade kimono in a deep crimson red. He had a soft falsetto voice and a penetrating gaze. I watched him transfixed, as if in a daze. His name is Tamasuburo Bandao V, one of the greatest kabuki actors who still lives. Tamasuburo's art of playing a woman as a man only exists because women were banned. If women weren't banned in 1629, there would have been no need for the onnagata style. So you see, kabuki's present is shaped by its past. Its history is printed on these painted masks. Kumadori is much more than just pretty lines. It holds the soul of ancient times. Now look closely at my makeup and tell me, what do you see? Here are two different types of Kumadori. One side is male, with thick red and black lines, portraying a youthful, heroic type. The other side features subtle tones of pink. What kind of character is this, do you think? If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like. And if you want more, then please subscribe. You are on the Hanamichi. Until next time, with painted lips, I bid you goodbye.